Ever wondered if the bedrock of the Catholic Church rests on a narrative we've blindly accepted? What if the tale you've heard, tracing back to Peter, the apostle of Jesus, is but a fragment of a much grander, more complex story? Prepare to have your understanding of not just religion, but history itself, irrevocably altered. This journey will peel back layers of time, revealing truths that might just shatter your perceptions. Stick with us until the end. You won't believe what's been hidden. If this piques your interest, please like, share, and subscribe. Your comments fuel this exploration, so let us know your thoughts below. Now, let's dive into the real story. Imagine a clandestine gathering, a small band of persecuted followers meeting under the cloak of secrecy. These were the seeds of what would blossom into one of the world's most formidable institutions. How did such a humble beginning give rise to such power? The transition from a hunted sect to the Roman Empire's official religion wasn't mere chance. It was a masterstroke of strategy, a testament to human resilience and cunning. The Catholic Church's birth was not a divine overnight miracle, but a gradual, painstaking construction by human hands, minds, and wills. Over decades, even centuries, every council, every doctrine, was a battleground of ideas, a forge where faith was tempered with ambition. What truly drove these early church fathers? Was it pure, unadulterated faith, or did the intoxicating allure of power play a part? Let's delve into the enigma of the Apostle Peter. Hailed as the first pope, he stood at the forefront. But did he envision a church, an institution? Jesus proclaimed, "You are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church." Yet, do these words unequivocally anoint Peter as the founder? What did Jesus mean by church? A physical edifice, a sprawling institution, or a spiritual fellowship? These very words have sparked schisms and ignited theological debates across the ages, their meanings twisted and turned. Here's a startling revelation. The Bible itself never mentions a Catholic church. The term Catholic, meaning universal, only surfaced years after the apostles' deaths. It was Ignatius of Antioch, around 107 AD, who first coined this term to describe the burgeoning Christian community. If the original apostles never used this term, who decided to brand the church as Catholic? And what was their motive? To unravel this, we must journey back to Christianity's infancy. Picture a revolutionary movement, spearheaded by fishermen, tax collectors, and societal outcasts, spreading a message that directly challenged the era's cultural and religious norms. The persecution they faced was savage and relentless. Christians were brutally executed in Roman arenas, branded as heretics and enemies of the state. How did this marginalized group evolve from being hunted to gaining the favor of emperors? Enter Constantine the Great. His conversion to Christianity in the 4th century was a pivotal moment. But don't mistake it for a purely spiritual act. Constantine was a strategist, a ruler who grasped the power of religion to unify a fractured empire. In 313 AD, he issued the Edict of Milan, legalizing Christianity and halting the persecutions. However, his interest in religion wasn't entirely altruistic. Could he have used Christianity as a political tool, a lever to consolidate his power? The foundation of the Catholic Church as we know it began to take shape at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. Here, under Constantine's watchful eye, Christian leaders convened to debate fundamental theological questions. Was Jesus fully divine, fully human, or a blend of both? These decisions didn't just define Christian theology. They laid the groundwork for an institution that would dominate politics, culture, and spirituality for centuries. But this process was far from orderly or clean. It was riddled with betrayals, internal disputes, and at times, outright violence. Many Christians who disagreed with the council's decisions faced persecution from their own brethren. Imagine, the same followers of Christ, once persecuted by Romans, now persecuting each other. This reveals that the Catholic Church's creation wasn't solely about faith. It was equally about power and control. A disturbing question arises. How much of what we consider Catholic today truly stems from Jesus' original teachings? And how much was molded by political and human decisions over centuries? This isn't a critique, but an invitation to ponder. Have you ever questioned why certain doctrines are what they are? Or why certain books made it into the Bible while others were discarded? The answers might be more startling than you could ever imagine. This story is far from over, and what comes next will plunge you even deeper into the mysteries and challenges that define the early centuries of Christianity. Are you prepared to continue this enthralling expedition and uncover truths that have been lurking just out of sight? Did you know that some crucial early Christian texts were nearly lost to the sands of time? Many are unaware that before the Bible, as we know it, was compiled, there were scores of gospels, letters, and accounts vying to define the Christian faith. Imagine Christian leaders from disparate corners of the Roman Empire, each with their unique traditions, gathering to decide which writings would be deemed the Word of God and which would be cast aside, or even condemned. Who were these individuals? And what criteria guided their momentous decisions? The answer is a blend of politics, theology, and sheer human drama. What transpired in those early centuries was far from a simple, spiritually driven selection. It was an ideological battle, a struggle to determine which version of the faith would reign supreme. And were you aware that there were Christians who believed in a vastly different God from the one we recognize today? Groups like the Gnostics viewed faith through an entirely different lens. They believed that secret knowledge, not blind faith, was the true path to the divine. Some even posited that the God of the Old Testament was a lesser, tyrannical figure, distinct from the loving Father preached by Jesus. Imagine the seismic shift that would have occurred if those Gnostic ideas had triumphed. The Council of Nicaea, which we touched upon earlier, aimed not only to define the nature of Jesus, but also to silence these dissenting voices. Many texts deemed heretical were intentionally eradicated. Some only resurfaced centuries later, such as the Gnostic Gospels discovered in Nag Hammadi in 1945. These texts offer a radically different perspective on the early years of Christianity, one where diversity of thought was the norm, not the exception. What machinations led to the suppression of this diversity? And more crucially, what does this mean for the faith as we understand it today? Let's turn our attention back to Peter and his purported primacy in the Church. While Catholic tradition asserts that he was the first pope, the historical evidence is far more nebulous. In the book of Acts, Peter features prominently but is never portrayed as the ultimate leader. Indeed, at the Council of Jerusalem, a seminal event in early Christianity, it appears that James, the brother of Jesus, held a more commanding position. So, where did the notion that Peter was the rock upon which the church was built originate? This is where a confluence of theological interpretation and institutional construction comes into play. Can you fathom that one of the church's foundational tenets might be based more on tradition than on direct historical evidence? Another intriguing facet is the role of Rome. Why did it ascend as the epicenter of Christianity when Jesus lived and died in Jerusalem? The answer is deeply entwined with the tendrils of Roman imperial politics. Rome was not just the empire's capital, it was a symbol of universal dominion. By establishing its base there, the Catholic Church sought not only spiritual authority but also political legitimacy. This elucidates why the early popes toiled relentlessly to consolidate their power in the city and extend their influence across vast regions. However, this path was anything but smooth. The Catholic Church's development was fraught with internal conflicts. Did you know there were periods when up to 3 different individuals claimed to be the legitimate pope simultaneously? These episodes, known as the Western Schism or the Crisis of the Three Popes, serve as a stark reminder that the Church, though divine in its ideals, has always been composed of humans, beings with ambitions, frailties, and flaws. How did they reconcile these power struggles with the message of humility and service preached by Jesus? That is a question that continues to ignite debate even today. Lastly, consider the impact of Constantine's conversion to Christianity. While he officially embraced the faith, he continued to engage in pagan practices until the end of his life. He was even baptized on his deathbed, leading many to question whether his conversion was genuine or merely a calculated political maneuver. What's your take? Do you believe a master strategist like Constantine would adopt Christianity purely out of faith? Or did he see it as an ingenious tool to unify a fragmented empire? What is undeniable is that thanks to him, Christianity metamorphosed from a persecuted faith into a favored religion, a transformation that irrevocably changed the course of history. Now, let's revisit a fundamental query. Who truly forged the Catholic Church? While Peter and the apostles laid the groundwork, it was the councils, emperors, and leaders of subsequent generations who molded its form and substance. It was an extensive process, replete with arduous decisions, political trade-offs, and internal strife. Yet, this doesn't detract from the magnitude of what they accomplished. The Catholic Church, with all its imperfections and contradictions, has indelibly shaped the history, culture, and spirituality of billions. In closing, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking reflection. The Catholic Church, as it stands today, is not merely the product of a single moment or a single individual. It's the culmination of centuries of evolution, struggle, and unwavering faith. It serves as a potent reminder that even the grandest, most influential institutions are rooted in the dreams, uncertainties, and decisions of ordinary human beings, individuals just like you and me. Now that you've journeyed through this eye-opening exploration, what are your thoughts? Do you perceive the Church as more divine, more human, or a perfect blend of both? I invite you to share your insights and join this ongoing conversation. Your engagement is crucial. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to spread the word. Each interaction helps us delve deeper into these fascinating topics. Let's continue to explore, question, and learn together. Your perspective adds a valuable dimension to this narrative, and I'm eager to hear your views. Remember, every like, share, and subscription fuels this journey of discovery. So, let's keep the conversation going and uncover even more hidden truths together on this incredible journey through history. As we delve deeper into this historical tapestry, consider the sheer magnitude of the decisions made in those formative years. Decisions that shaped not just a religion, but the destiny of civilizations. The early church fathers, navigating a labyrinth of theological, political, and social challenges, laid down the precepts that would govern billions of lives across centuries. Their debates, often fraught with tension and uncertainty, determined the very essence of Christian doctrine. It's a sobering thought to realize that the faith many hold sacred today was meticulously, and at times, contentiously, crafted by human hands. These weren't just abstract theological musings. They were foundational stones upon which an empire of faith was erected. Reflect on the evolution of the Church's stance on various societal issues. From its initial position on poverty and wealth, mirroring Jesus' teachings, to its complex relationship with empires and rulers, the Church's teachings on social justice, charity, and ethics have, at times, both challenged and aligned with the prevailing powers. This dynamic interplay between the Church and the state has been a defining feature of its history. It raises an essential question. How did the Church balance its spiritual mission with the often turbulent waters of political and social influence? The answers lie in the intricate dance between maintaining doctrinal integrity and engaging with the world, a dance that continues to this day. Consider the vast artistic and cultural heritage inspired by the Catholic Church, from the breathtaking frescoes of the Sistine Chapel to the soul-stirring Gregorian chants. The Church has been a wellspring of artistic and musical innovation. These artistic endeavors were not merely decorative. They were profound expressions of faith, designed to elevate the soul and bring the divine closer to the human experience. The Church's role as a patron of the arts demonstrates its understanding of the power of beauty to inspire devotion and convey complex theological concepts in an accessible form. This legacy of artistic patronage is a testament to the Church's broader mission to engage with and enrich human culture. As we conclude this profound exploration, let's reflect once more on the intricate journey of the Catholic Church, from its clandestine beginnings to its monumental presence on the world stage. The Church's story is a compelling saga of faith, power, humanity, and divine interplay. This narrative, rich with triumphs and controversies, invites us to a deeper understanding of an institution that has shaped much of human history. Now, to you. Let's continue this vital conversation. Your thoughts, insights, and questions are the lifeblood of this ongoing dialogue. Like, comment, subscribe, and share to keep this exploration alive and thriving. Together, we can unravel more mysteries and gain greater insights into the forces that have shaped our world.